Jonathan, obviously this postseason is going to be different for you, getting the chance to be on the field and contribute and make an impact. What was it like last year when you appeared in your last game against Michigan and had to watch the Big Ten title game and watch the playoff and not being able to be a part of that? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, to put it frank, it just sucked. Having to sit back and watch my team uh, do everything that I wanted to do. But honestly, I mean, I was I did everything that I could. Being a leader, speaking up, trying to coach the young guys up out there, and just help out the best way I could. And that made me happy, especially when they went out there and won. So, I was happy regardless.
And how do you feel about your decision to come back in hindsight? Obviously, you thought you were coming back to play a full game, 12 game, 13, 14 game slate, and it hasn't worked out that way. But I imagine you've had a full year of development as well. Just looking back on it, how do you feel about everything that's transpired?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this year hasn't gone the way I thought it would. I don't think it's gone the way anybody thought it was. It's been a crazy year. Games canceled left and right. Everybody with this whole COVID situation. Honestly, even with all that, I just feel blessed that I even got the opportunity to come back and play. Even if it was for either 12 games or 5 games, which it ended up being. I feel blessed, and I'm just happy that I got to go out there and play with my brothers at all, because nothing's guaranteed for us. So, even with the way that it went, I'm blessed that it went this way. I'm blessed that I had an opportunity to go out there and play.
All right, we'll go next to Tony Gerdeman, Buckeye Scoop.
Jonathan, knowing what the Michigan game means to you, what was it? What was it like to get that news? How long does it take to fully move on to Northwestern from that?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard because obviously not only do I really wanted to play in that game, but it was senior day and probably my last time playing in the shoe. So it sucked that it got canceled and it hurt, but now we're playing for rings. And you got to kind of put that away and put all your efforts towards Northwestern. And that's what I've been doing. So I know that game is gone. There's nothing I can do about it on the Northwestern,
All righty, we'll go next to Austin Ward, Leonard Monroe.
Coop, along those lines, I mean, it's almost like it just took 2 years to play one senior season for you. I mean, you got to play the rivalry game last year. Now you'll get the postseason. Has that eased any of this frustration about missed games for you? That's just, I don't know, it just took you longer to get through that 1 year that everybody else got.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when I look back on it, 2 years, 2 years to play one full senior season. Yeah, I mean, it eases the stress a little bit. I like I said earlier, I'm just happy that I even got a chance to do any of that, with go out there and just play with my brothers. I love this team. I'm like sitting out and watching your team play really hurt and really sucks. So the fact that I got a chance to do any of that and just go out there and be the leader that I wanted to be and do what I want to do with my guys, I'm happy. I know it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but at the end of the day, I'm happy and I'm ready to go on and do more things with my team.
Thanks, Coop.
All right, we'll go next to Dan Hope from 11 Warrior.
Hey, Jonathan, obviously, you didn't get to have your senior day on Saturday. Was there anything that you did to kind of, commemorate what would have been your senior day?
What did I do? We had practice, so I was good. And then I think I went home and turned on some football. I called my parents and they say happy senior day and all that stuff. No, I didn't do much. I mean, I just kind of just chilled and played the game, watched film on Northwestern. It is what it is, man. Nothing really surprises us. I think Justin said earlier, in the beginning, everything was like a surprise, but now it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, of course that would happen.
Does it give you even more motivation going into these last couple games? But I didn't get to have these games, but at least I still get these.
Yeah, definitely. I just, you have a different type of appreciation and like work towards games and stuff when you know that it's not guaranteed. Um, and, only playing in 5 games, I feel like I can still show more of a player that I am. And I plan to do that with these next couple of games that I have. But, nothing's guaranteed, and you can't take a second for granted. So, I'm on a mission.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Ready, next up, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Hey, Jonathan, more of a kind of a playoff question. You guys were sitting in pretty good position that if you won this Saturday, you'd be in good shape for the playoff. But the LSU upset solidified it. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I watched some parts.
And the shoe.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it? The when he threw the shoe.
Yeah, I mean, how good do you feel about your position now? Take care of business, and we're in.
That's been the whole goal. That's even before that game. That's what Coach Day has been saying to us. Our whole focus is take care of Northwestern, take care of this Big Ten championship, and and then we'll see what happens from there. It'll take care of itself. I don't think that game changed anything for us players. I think it just knows that we still know as a group that we have to go out there and take care of business no matter what.
Thanks, Jonathan.
All righty, next up, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Hey, Jonathan. How are you kind of figuring the balance right now between being rested late in the season and then being rusty, having only played 2 times in the last 5 weeks? And how are there benefits to not playing as much down the stretch, or are you worried that these lack of reps, this team is not going to be in the kind of rhythm it wants for the postseason?
Yeah, I think that's a really hard thing to balance with the fact that it is so late, but we've only played 5 games, and we've also been practicing a lot. And there's a difference between a practice rep and a game rep. But I feel like our team understands that, and that's why whenever we do have practices, we take it seriously to try to make it like a game rep so that we have those reps so we're not losing our edge or losing our rhythm when we go into games. So, yeah, I just feel like we, even though we're not playing as much as we thought to get into like a nice rhythm, our practices and how hard we go in practice kind of make up for it.
So I guess what does, as a player, what does you taking a practice rep as a game rep mean to you?
It means, because I feel like there's always there's different things between like a game and practice. And in practice, you can mess up or not really understand a call, and there's not consequences for it right now. You can always learn. And in a game, those consequences come back and they hurt you and it can cause you to lose. So when you're in practice, you can't think of like, oh, I could just practice. And if I miss this gap or if I miss this tackle, then like it's just practice, it'll be fine. You have to kind of take it as seriously. And that's where leaders and accountability from our players come in and try to make sure that whenever we're practicing or going full speed, you can't look at it as, oh, like I missed this, we'll get it next time.
Thanks.
All righty, we'll go next to Whitney Harding from WCMH.
Hey, Jonathan, I asked Justin a similar question, and you've talked about you just got to focus on winning this next game and playoff will take care of itself. But with all this conversation going on, people's wonderful opinions of they'll only play 6 games, I mean, is that even more motivation? And is it hard to not respond to that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do feel like it's more motivation for the team just because we do pay attention and we do hear what everybody's saying about us. As far as responding goes, I feel like people like to talk, and talking is like a big thing or tweeting and stuff like that. But I feel like as a team, we like to just go out there and just prove that we're one of the best teams in the country. And so that's like Justin said, that's our whole focus is beating Northwestern and proving that we are one of those teams.
You said you started some scouting. I mean, they rushed for over 400 yards this week. What did you see from them in that performance? And do they do anything a little bit different than what you may have seen this year?
I I think they got a new offensive coordinator from last year, this year. So, you can't really rely too much on the last film. But I think they're a very good team. Obviously, they're in the Big Ten championship for a reason. They've been doing really well on the west side of the Big Ten, and in order to give a team that respect, you have to go out there and work hard and scout them well. I think they're a really good team, actually. I think we have to go out there and play really well. That's my diagnosis that I can say to you guys.
Thanks so much.
All righty, we'll go next to Peter Warren from the Daily Northwestern.
Hey, Jonathan, going off that, are there any players that have stuck out to you from Northwestern's tape that you think could be key players for you guys to really hone in on for this game?
I like their running back. I know that their quarterback is from Indiana that we played against, and he's good. He's good with his feet. He has a pretty good ball. And as a defensive line standpoint, we like to study their offensive line. We got a couple guys returning on offensive line. They have a true freshman who's pretty good, left tackle. So we just got to take them seriously, and I feel like as long as we take care of everything on our end, things will work out.
All right, we'll go next to Patrick Murphy, 247.
Jonathan, you've talked about the last year plus and getting a chance to play in this game, but winning this game, lifting that trophy at the end, what would that mean to you given everything that's gone on here for the last 2 seasons for you?
It'll mean a lot, probably can't put it into words or really think about it too much until I'm at that point. But that's where like all the hard work goes into, and that's why you got to keep working and got to keep watching film and having practices because, when that does happen, it'll all be worth it. All the sacrifices, all the time spent, and with this crazy year, and everything that I've been through personally, honestly, it'll be worth it. So that's what all the hard work is for.
All right, we got time for 2 more questions. We'll go to Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Hey, Coop, when you committed here out of high school, was it always your goal to be a captain?
I would say, yeah. I pride myself as being a leader. I wanted my teammates to have that respect and look at me in that way. And, I would feel like it was definitely one of my goals to be a captain of Ohio State.
So does that start during the recruiting process when maybe after you've committed and you're trying to convince others to come join you, that, I guess, taking that initiative as a leader?
Yeah. You said, like, trying to get other people to come to Ohio State.
Like, do you start showing some of those leadership qualities back when you're still just a recruit who's already committed here?
Yeah. I feel like because as a leader, you don't just like turn that on and off. I feel like you're just that through and through. And you just do that with how you work, how you talk to people, how you act in your character. And I feel like that's just in me. So when it came to me being a recruit, I feel like I was always a leader.
Thanks.
All right, and last question to Tim May from Letterman Row. Tim?
Yeah, 2 quickies. Jonathan, number one, during, as these blows have come at you guys, this taken away, that taken away, especially since you guys named captains, et cetera. Have you captains, do y'all meet before you kind of get in front of your teammates so you have a straight message, a conforming message you want to get across? And just how have y'all, like as a group of captains, handled that?
Yeah. I feel like, we have our conversations separate. Like, we talk about the team and how we're all doing, how we're feeling between ourselves. And normally we're pretty much all on the same page because, that's the point of being a captain. And we just try to relay the message to our team. We get it that things are hard. Things are really, really hard. Things are tough, long season. Things not going our way, games getting canceled. It's crazy. And it's hard on anybody throughout the country. You just kind of have to, as captains, it can't just be one person's voice leading. It's got to be like come from everybody, and that's what we try to do. Just keep our team going and keep and let them know that it's all going to be worth it at the end of the day if we just keep going.
And with that in mind, why is Ohio State playing for a 4th straight Big Ten championship this coming week? If you had to put your finger on it, what is it about this besides the talent, obviously, and y'all's good looks? Well, if you had to put your finger on what it is that drives this program more than anything else, what would you say?
If I could put it down in one word, that would be the brotherhood. That's just like it's hard to describe unless you're in it. And obviously, a lot of players throughout the years, from JT Barrett, Raekwon McMillan to Terry McLaurin to Paris Campbell. I mean, all these guys throughout the years have talked about the brotherhood, and it's real. You know, we do this for each other. We don't do it just for ourselves or personal accolades. And when you go out there and play for the guy next to you and not for yourself, you know, you play harder and you play better. And I feel like that's the reason why Ohio State has had the success that it has the past 4 years, is because the brotherhood.